Hello everybody, my name is Amanamello and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey. Now as I said, I need to move on to the mist. Well, fog, not really mist. I got the warding rod from the last episode. So I just noticed that those little birds had hats on. Well, okay, guess it is the Cap Kingdom. And hey, these lights are still on even after I was in that room. So maybe they are now permanently on. I would like it if they were permanently on. Makes the whole town area shine a lot better, in my opinion. Anyway, but okay, gotta get a pair of gooms, pair of Goomba, if I want to get anywhere in the fog. Okay, gotta, okay, it's directly to the left. Oh yeah, it's the music note, and the bird. And what's over there? Oh, who knows? Oh yeah, I'm going to the note. Oh, it is the bird that I saw flying across. Oh well then. Yay! Got it! Even though I just had to keep the same level. It wasn't really that hard. But oh well. Apparently I need to catch the bird. At least it tells me where the bird is, but oh well. And the bird is way over there. Anyway. I need to get over there. And why does it look like a mirage in the background? Why does the whole city in the background look like it's supposed to be a mirage? I don't get that. Oh man, this is just... Look at the fog. It looks like it's raising around me. This is trippy. Oh man, just looking at the town just looks trippy. Oh well. Oh, coins! Screw that! Screw that Goomba's life. I'm like, coins! Yes! Okay. Next area to go to is yet another Paragoomba area. And I got that by accident, but I already got it, so it doesn't really matter, and I'm going in the wrong direction, and gosh dang it! And I already still got that moon, but I'll take it. Well, no, apparently I missed it. I am ashamed of myself. But time to move on to the next area. I would like to be a frog, but I know it would just be my death. Yeah. I wish there was other ways to fly than... I wish there was other ways to fly than just through the Paragoomba. Like, imagine if you could fly with... Oh yeah, that weird chameleon guy is at the top of that tower, isn't he? He's like all the way at the top of that tower, isn't he? Like, let me see if I can see him all the way at the top. Can I? Nope, he's probably in the middle. Either way, I know he's there. I know he is. I know for a fact he is. And I still like that these lights are on. I appreciate that the lights are on. I hope they stay on forever. Okay, and the Goomba's here. It's gotta not flub it this time. I don't fall to my death. Okay. And there's one right on that top hat there in the fog. In the fog, right? That's the top hat? Yeah, it's just covered. It's just surrounded by fog. It's just hard to tell. Yay! I gotta get that Paragoomba before it disappears. Before it escapes my grasp. Yes, its will is mine yet again. It'll never escape my grasp until it does, eventually. I'm not that very moderate on my word of threats of taking over someone's will. But I do guarantee their death, which he did die. Maybe. He maybe died. Pretty sure he died. Pretty sure he did. But who knows? Okay. Says there's one way over here. Oh, it's a scarecrow. Ah, you sly devil. But I know your games. I know how to get over here. I know how to get over. Yay! I got it! Timer challenge. There's another timer challenge? Wait, that wasn't the one I was talking about? So there's another one? Does it talk about the door? Maybe it's talking about the door. Maybe. Or maybe... Nope. Nope. I guess it is talking about the door. Okay, door then. Door time. So... I thought I got all the moons here. But it's saying a new moon is here. So, I know I already got the moon over here. Or, nope, apparently there's some hat coins there, but I apparently did be remembering things. So let me just hop on over. Well, slither on over. It just doesn't really seem like hopping. And every time I play a frog, it always reminds me of this one game I used to play as a kid that I thought was just amazing. It's called Frogger, but I didn't play Frogger. I wasn't a fan of Frogger. I played Frogger 2 on the Dreamcast. And to me, it was a weird game, but it was a pretty fun game too. So I'd say I had a fun time with the game. It had a weird storyline that I thought was just bonkers. I can't remember the storyline, but I can still at least remember what some of the characters were, which were in fact frogs. I can't remember what the antagonist was, but all I know is a lot of crazy stuff happened in that game. And I know I played the beginning area a lot because I wasn't that good at that game. It was a hard game from what I remember, but it was still a fun game. Either it was hard or I sucked at it, and I'm going to bet that I just sucked at it. But man, was it a fun game. I wonder if I can play it sometime. I think I can still do some CD downloads, but my computer can't put discs in. But I do still have a Dreamcast, so maybe someday I'll be able to play Frogger 2. I don't know if I'll be able to do a Let's Play of it. If they have an emulator of it on some other system like a PS4 or something, or somewhere else, I would love to get it. Just for nostalgia reasons and see like why I actually like the game, or if it was just me being a dumb kid. But it was actually a pretty fun game from what I remember. But then again, I also played this other game on the Super Nintendo about playing as a freaking dang, you know, as a puppet. It looked like Pinocchio or something. No, it wasn't Pinocchio. It was like a puppet clown, or maybe it was just a clown, or maybe it was just a puppet. But anyway, all I know is I died at that game a lot. I hated it with a passion, because I just died no matter what. And I hate it with a passion. I hate it still. So, who knows if that game was good? It was probably a good game, but all I know is that we got that game at a yard sale when a lot of people at the time were selling a whole bunch of Super Nintendos, Super Nintendo games, and and Nintendos. Like, we had a whole bunch of Nintendos, like 3 Nintendos since since my dad got them at the garage. Nope. Is there something up here? Oh yes, there is. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff that my family got. Like, my dad and my oldest brother had a Dreamcast, and they didn't just do anything with the Dreamcast. My dad knew early on that he could manipulate the data with the Dreamcast to play a whole lot of different games, and he was able to go online and find a unique type of program for the Dreamcast, which enabled him. Oop, that was my mistake. Yeah, but it enabled him to play a multitude of games on just 2 discs. You needed boot discs in order for them to play, but we were able to play, because of that, we were able to play Fur Fighters, and we were also able to play, like, I was able to play all of Kirby's Adventure on the freaking Dreamcast through bootleg, through playing a whole bunch of different games. Even bootleg versions of, like, Mario and, like, the original Legend of Zelda, which I never really played at that time. We did play the original Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 2? It was Super Mario Brothers 3. My other brother also played Super Mario Brothers 3 a lot, and he would always copy the passwords on it. But my oldest brother and my dad were really into the data of it, and I thought it was amazing that they were able to get so many games, but I didn't know at the time that it was illegal. But oh darn it. But yeah, I'd still say it was a pretty amazing time, and I did not know at the time, since at the time, other than the Dreamcast and the Nintendo and Super Nintendo, the only game system that I ever owned was an original, like the gray brick Game Boy. My brothers had like a Game Boy Colors, while I had just that gray brick Game Boy. While my brothers and my sister had like Game Boy Colors. So I had to deal with pretty much the hand-me-downs, if anything. The hand-me-downs of what they didn't want to deal with. It wasn't really hand-me-downs. It was more like my mom just got it on a deal. At a yard sale, I guess. But that was when I was able to play my first game, which was Link's Awakening. And I didn't know at the time, because when I actually played Link's Awakening for the first time, I actually attacked the cuckoos. And I didn't know at the time. I thought, this is a pretty fun game. I wish I had it. And then my mom told me that it was my own game. And when I was told that was my own game, because I was a little kid, I obviously got stuck on it. And I was very bad at the game at first. But it was after the first dungeon, and with my oldest brother's help, since I did not know how to use the internet at the time. And he didn't know how to use the internet at the time, and he was like around 10, and he didn't know how to use the internet because we were still very poor, and we did not know how to use the internet that well. But yeah, we had to use a walkthrough to learn how to get through the first dungeon in the Tail Cave, which is moving a block, because we didn't know how games like that worked. It was the first time that I ever actually played a puzzle game. Because the other games that I played when I was little were just platforming games like Super Mario Brothers and Super Mario Brothers 3 and Frogger and that weird Pinocchio game. And sometimes Donkey Kong Country, but I was also very bad at that. But I'm pretty sure that when I look back on it, and whenever people talk about it, they say it's a very hard game. So I'm not really holding myself why didn't it hit the wall? But I'm not really holding myself for the fact that I was bad at Donkey Kong Country. I can get it at a deal for $2, since we did used to have a pre-owned Wii that had the data of Donkey Kong Country. And I was still terrible at the time, since I was only like around 12 when I started playing it on the Wii. Like only around 12 or 10 around the time I played it on the Wii. So I'm not really that surprised that I'm that bad at it, but ever since I played Tropical Freeze, I'm interested in going back on seeing if I can get through that game now. Since, I think I have the skill for it now, at least I think. But yeah, I just want to give it one more shot. See if I actually have a chance at it. Since, I did, even though those were hard games, I did have a lot of fun memories with them. Even though the memories were memories of these are unfair games and why do I die all the time. But Donkey Kong Country was just a hard game in general. But oh no, yes, I am not dying today. But yeah, I am thinking of wanting to go back on it. I may do a let's play of Donkey Kong Country, because I can't connect my Wii U to here, not just my Switch. I'm not thinking of just doing my Switch. It just takes a little bit of time to just set it up and have to move it in between from the living room to here. I'm not saying I'm being lazy, just saying that I want to make it worthwhile, and since there's a lot of wires with the Switch, including with the whole gamepad, and having to keep the gamepad constantly charged unless it dies in 2 hours, like less than 2 hours for my gamepad, so I kind of have to find a good setup for it. And that's kind of the reason that I'm hesitating to. And I died again, dang it. But yeah, yeah. Let me skip ahead. Oh no, I'm not gonna skip ahead. But I'm just gonna keep on rambling on. But yeah, I had a whole lot of fun times with the Dreamcast. If anything, after the whole getting a Game Boy, like Link's Awakening as my first game ever, the other games that I got because at the time we got these games, these 2 other games. I was a big fan of Sonic Adventure when I was little. I know for a fact that it's buggy, but when I was playing it at the time, I thought that's just how the game was, and it was just being hard. And I got around the bugs. I got around the bugs, and whenever I even play it to this day, I just see it as something to get around because I know how to get around those stupid bugs. Or I just plow right through it and ignore the bugs nonetheless because I just like it for nostalgia reasons. I do know that the game isn't perfect. I know for a fact it isn't perfect. But it's just still nice to go back to memories. And also with the fact that what I'm trying to go with is that there were these 2 games that I also got on one of my other birthdays that were also mine. That was for the Dreamcast. It was Power Stone. It was Power Stone, and then it was Sonic Adventure 2. And I love those games. My brothers and my sister had a very fun time with Power Stone. Like, we played that game non-stop, and we played as much as we could. And then we heard that there was a sequel called Power Stone 2, and I was like, what? A freaking sequel? And I was just like losing my mind. I'm like, there's a dang sequel? And it was even better than the last one, where you got to make your own weapons and all that through experimentation. And Sonic Adventure 2, where you got to play as different people and had different gear and all that, and go to different types of worlds and all that. I thought it was an amazing game, even though I knew it had its flaws. Even I had some dislikes about it when I was little at the time, but the game that my most favorite game at the time was Power Stone and Power Stone 2. And there was this one other game that my sibling played, that my oldest brother played for a bit. I think it was called Skies of Arcadia, but we didn't play it for long. But I know for a fact that he had a fun time with it, and he actually got pretty far. I don't think he ever finished it. So if I ever find a way to find an emulator on like the PS3 or somewhere, I want to finish it. And if anything, I would like to do a playthrough of it because I was able to play it on the Dreamcast, but it always kept crashing. So I like to have a stable emulator of it on something. I think they have it on the PS3. So I'm most likely going to look for it on the PlayStation Store, Play Store, whatever it's called. I'm going to look for it, and I'm going to get it, do a Let's Play of Skies of Arcadia. I don't know about those other ones. I don't know if they have emulators, but yeah, that's all the time I have for this episode, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye.